We are live. Hello, everybody. What's up? Whiskey friends far and wide. We're live. It is Tasty Tuesday happy hour as always. I am Eric, your humble malt muser. Going to take you through this happy hour. A few drams. How's everybody doing? What is it? January 19th? The last day of Donald Trump's presidency. I don't know how that's landing with everybody tonight, but you know. Got that going on. 3 hours of whiskey chat coming up as always here on Tuesday. And I will set things up for the show and let you know what's coming up with Telex and myself in about just a few minutes. But as always, let me say what's up to the early birds. We already got 5 people in the house, which is awesome. Who we got in here already tonight? Tamika Ivy. 10 people in already. What's up, Tamika? How are things in Chicago? Got some Gentleman Jack this weekend. Okay. I'm not sure if I've had that one. That sounds good. Nestor, what's going on with you? I'm getting a little bit of, I don't know, my internet's a little bit slow. I'm not sure if I'm like breaking up for y'all or not, but hopefully not. What's going on, Nestor? Good to see you as always. Glad you could stop in. Talking about Gentleman Jack and the Barrel Proof Jack Daniels. Yeah, the Barrel Proof Jack Daniels is fantastic. I actually got to sample it over the holidays, and I was surprised at how good that is. A lot better than I expected. What else we got going on? All right, Daniel, how you doing? What's going on in East Texas? Hope you're doing well. Good to have you in the house. I'm wondering if I'm coming in kind of blurry. Give me just a second. I think my computer is acting a little funky right now. Hang on just 1 second, y'all. We'll see if I can fix that a little bit. Anyways, enough about that. Cracking some wee beastie, he says. Okay. Oh, that's right. You told me about that over Instagram that you got some of that. That's good. Hey, Richie, what's up? Not a face we usually see so early in the night, man. You got the day off or something? Good to have you. Got Richie in the house. Saying hi to folks. We got Juan beaming his signal all the way across the Pacific from the islands of Hawaii. How are you, man? Thanks for stopping in. What's up? I'm doing pretty good, Richie. Thanks for swinging through. Always good to see you. I've been following your Instagram, too. You've been having some good stuff, man. Peter, what's going on in Ontario? Thanks for stopping in. Oh, yeah, we got a whole crew. Oh, look. Hey, what's up, Emily? Cheers to you down in Florida. Hope you're doing well. Tamika, setup's looking good. Thank you. In your hair. Tamika, what am I going to do with you? Cheers. Yeah, I finally got it set up a bit, man. I'm really happy about it. It's looking really nice. I was able to finally bring up some stuff from the bunker and put it up here. I don't know, this is maybe like half close. Maybe not quite, but yeah, I'm digging it. Peter White got his hands on a Hazelburn 13 Oloroso. Nice. T squared. Oh, yeah, man. Get your hands on a Lechag 10 if you can. That's a fantastic pour. Definitely one you want to get. Probably one of my favorite peated. It's Island malt. It's not Isla, but it's Island. All right. Cool. Well, glad to see folks in the chat. So here's what's going on tonight. I'm starting off with a little bit Jefferson's Ocean. This is a cast strength Jefferson's Ocean store pick, batch 10. Really good stuff. We can talk a little bit about Jefferson's Ocean because I know some folks have opinions on it, whether or not this is gimmicky or not, but it's not bad. And then tonight, what I got lined up is I'm going to be making my my second pass, or third pass rather, with Aberlour. So as y'all know, probably if you've been hanging out on the channel for a while, like, I really, I've been real disappointed with Aberlours. I had an Aberlour 16, which I paid quite a good amount of money for a couple years back. It was like 40% ABV, chill filtered. It was just, I think I described it as rosé. I then later had the Aberlour 12, which I really couldn't stand either. I just thought it was one of the worst sherry 12-year-olds I've had. It was just so light, so devoid of any depth or complexity. Chill filtered to all hell, colored to all hell. It was really disappointing. So I've been off the Aberlour thing for a while. I've just kind of given up on them. But out hunting over the weekend, just looking for a couple things, and I stumbled upon this. This is Aberlour A'bunadh batch 60, which is one of the better ones. And also, it was the only one sitting there along with a bunch of other brand new ones. So this was just sitting there all dusty on the back of the shelf. So I've decided to pull the trigger. So we're gonna actually, I cut the wax on this thing, but I'm gonna get a dram of this poured. We're gonna see what's up. This is my third pass with Aberlour, so we're gonna see what's going on. I'm gonna pour a nice dram of this, let it chill out for a second. I'll grab up a sample later too out of the mystery box. We'll see what's going on there. And then tonight, Telex and I are going to be doing a little bit of a rum finish Scotch night. It's January. It's cold, so we're going to be tasting two rums, or two Scotches that are rum matured or rum finished. We're going to be doing the Glenlivet Caribbean Reserve in hour number 1, and then in hour number 2. Glenfiddich 21 rum cask finish. So 3 hours of whiskey chat coming up on Tuesday. It's Tasty Tuesday. You know how it goes. Let's get into it. So let me know in the chat. Folks got opinions about Aberlour? I definitely do. But I'm hoping that's going to get changed tonight. I have Aberlour A'bunadh is one of those that I've just like seen a million times and avoided a million and one times. I just never seem to pick it up. It's always one of those. It's like right on the cusp of, I'm going to pull the trigger on this. It's cask strength. It is not no age statement, but it's not filtered. But my experience with the 12 and the 16 was so bad that I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't give any more money to them after I think I paid upwards of $85, $90 for that Aberlour 16, and it was just really unremarkable, unmemorable at all, except for how bad it was. So let me know in the chat. Folks got opinions on Aberlour. Do I got them all wrong? This A'bunadh is going to be interesting. It's a total sherry bomb from what I understand, and I got a nice pour of it set up. In the meantime, I'm just finishing off a dram of this Jefferson's Ocean cask strength. So if you know the story about Jefferson's Ocean, it's basically one of these bourbons that they put the barrels on container ships, and then the container ships go all around the world, I guess like 16 ports or something like that. And their line about it is that the sea influence, because of the changing climates going across the equator, coming back, going through storms, all of this, is supposed to impart some, I don't know, maritime, or it's supposed to add some influence on the cask, right? Because the casks are going through higher humidity, lower humidity, so expanding, contracting, so on and so forth. It is not a cheap bourbon. The regular one, they release a voyage every year. This is an older one, but they put like a whole log on and tell you the whole story about the bourbon, what it went through, and all this. It's impressive marketing. This one, however, is the cask strength version. These go for about $110. That's not cheap. But I'll tell you this much: the cask strength, this is at 56% ABV. I have had some of the regular releases, which I believe are 46, if I'm not mistaken, maybe 45. They're good. I think that they have a decent amount of complexity, especially for an NAS. But they Sorry about that, y'all. Choppy internet for some reason. I don't know what's going on. Ever since I got this new studio setup, man, we've had blurry cameras, we've had internet going out. I don't know. Anyways, I think we're all good. Back to what I was saying about this this cast strength Jeffersons, right? So Jefferson's itself is like they just do what small batch whiskey or whatever. Anyway, so they say that basically this motion in the ocean, as it were, is supposed to bring out more of the cask influence on the bourbon itself. It's supposed to potentially add some like maritime, or at least some like sea saltiness to it. I have not had the salty experience on any of their standard releases. However, I won't lie, I do get a bit of it on the cask strength, which I think it's kind of like a salted caramel thing. Anyways, it's an overpriced whiskey. I think it's probably kind of gimmicky, although I do sort of like the gimmick. I'm not sure I'd say you should rush out and buy it, but if you see a cask strength Jefferson's sitting on a shelf, probably in that, like, if you for some reason see it in that 75 to 85 range, it might be worth pulling the trigger. I just wouldn't go over 100 for it. And honestly, I think the cask strength is probably the only way to go. If you're going to buy any of these Jefferson's Oceans. They also have like a Jefferson's Ocean weeded version, some other stuff. It drinks really like it's a lower ABV. It's got a lot of complexity, really sweet. It almost tastes like a weeder. There's not much spice in this at all, like a rye spice. So it's probably a low rye mash on this, but I like it. I like the cask strength. I just can't say that I should, you should run out and buy this thing or anything like that. So with that, let me catch up on the chat, and then we're going to get into this Aberlour. All right, what's up? Let me get back to where we were at. Peter White. Yeah, the Aberlour Rainbow, right? Yeah. I was happy to bring those out of the bunker finally. What's up, Donner Pass? How are you? And thanks for stopping through. Good to see you. Welcome to Tasty Tuesday, man. Hope you're doing well. I'm assuming you're probably at work. For Aberlour, you can stick to the A'bunadh. You're good. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting from it. Begins and ends with A'bunadh. A'bunahdh's the one. That's the Aberlour to have. Okay, y'all know what's up. Everybody's chiming in, so I'm not crazy that their other releases were just pretty much garbage. That was my experience with them, at least. They were really unexciting. Silverlock, happy Tasty Tuesday to you too, buddy. How are things in Chicago? Thought Aberlour 12 was okay, but not as good as Glendronach. With A'bunadh, it hits my limits for sherry taking over a bottle. Okay, good to know. Good. Yeah. I'm assuming that's going to be the case. Canadian prices. Only Aberlour I've had is the 61. Enjoyed that quite a bit. Cool. Yeah, I got a 60 here, which it's from 2017. I think is when this batch came out, which is why I was so surprised it was just sitting there on the shelf, no tube, and it was sitting there with a bunch of newer ones. So I'm pretty stoked about it. Peter White said he said the Voyage 15 and 16 is pretty expensive for what you get. Yeah, it is. I agree with you on that. It was sloshing more often than we. Yeah, right. Yeah, that's like the thing. Plus the temperature variations, right? Because it's going through all these different climates, right? It's going from, the latitudes are just like shifting. It goes across. It tells you it goes across the equator 4 or 5 times or something like that. So it's a whole thing. Used to love A'bunadh, but it's getting more expensive. Yeah, it is. It is getting more expensive. I remember seeing this around like the 65, 70 range. Now, like this one was 85, but I see it well over that now in most places. It's like 100. Yeah, there we go. Have you ever had a cask strength version, Silverlock? Be curious. If you haven't, it's worth maybe getting a sample of or tasting it if you get the opportunity. You'd be surprised. It's actually quite good. Cohen, what's up in Southern California? Good to see you. All right. K&L rare bottles. Oh, damn. I hope you do. Juan says he's a 2 for 5 with the A'bunadh. Ooh, that's Those aren't great numbers. Don Holland. What's up, Don Holland? You came at just the wrong time. Good to see you, man. All right. Oh, man. Yeah, that's a great. Poor Andrew, man. Andrew's coming in from Jersey. Enjoy that. That's going to, yeah, the Victoriana is fantastic stuff, man. T Squared had it earlier this week or over the weekend. Yeah, man. Great stuff. Love the A'bunadh 4749. Yeah, I haven't been able to see anything quite that aged. Unfortunately, there are those older versions quite yet, but hopefully one of these days I'll be able to get my hands on it. All right. Give me just one sec, y'all. I'm going to do something real quick here, and then I'm going to get this A'bunadh going. All right, we're back. Anyways, I noticed we're getting a little blurry again for some reason. I'm not sure what's going on. It's annoying. Anyways, so this is what we got. Aberlour A'bunadh. This is A'bunadh means from the origins of the origin. Non-chill filtered, batch 60. This is 60.3% ABV, exclusively in sherry butts, non-chill filtered. I mean, these are all great things. I'm just nervous because I feel like I'm gonna get burned again on Aberlour, but we'll see what's up. Anyways, this is the older bottle too. Like they've changed their whole presentation. I'm not sure if I'm coming through blurry for you all or not. I really hope not, but I'm gonna show you guys the color of this. That looks really nice. All right. Just one second here. And I'll tell you, the nose on this is incredible. It's rich. It's a lot of dry fruit. Heavy, dark fruits, man, for sure. Really dark fruits. There's a bit of sweetness to it as well. Okay. It's got a good like viscosity to it, obviously. These really slow moving. Yeah, it's definitely reminding me of like, I'm trying to think. I mean, this it's like Glendronach Allardyce. It just doesn't quite have the depth to it and the dark fruit notes. I mean, there's some dark fruit going on in this, but it's not quite at the level of Allardyce. All right. There's a little bit of like a hazelnut thing in this too, but all in all, there's not a ton going on in the nose. All right, here we go. Cilantro, happy Taste Tuesday. Okay. Wow. Really rich. Viscous, man. Wow. It comes in really nice and sweet, but tons of just like dark berries. You get some of that dried fruit notes, which means there's probably like something with some decent age in this. Clove, cinnamon. It's like Christmas spices. And then you just get this huge surge of, I want to say, I mean, it's a little bit of alcohol, but there's definitely some nice like hot cinnamon pepper and even chili pepper in it. Long finish. As it goes into the finish, you get that like third surge of like milk chocolate, dates, raisins, caramel, like dark caramel, dark toffee. Yeah, this is okay. This is a score. Wow. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. This is a lot better than I expected it to be, actually. I expected this to be pretty watered down, even at the high ABV. I think I might have cut out on y'all again for a second there. Sorry about that. This is, wow. I'm really impressed. Now, I know there's probably a ton of batch variation with A'bunadh. There's got to be a ton of batch variation with this. But I'll tell you right now, this batch 60 is killer. This is killer. I'm really, really impressed with this. Wow. So I think Welsh Toro was saying it takes water well. I'm going to get a little bit of water on this and see what happens. Do like 3 or 4 drops here. Wow. I'll tell you, the nose is interesting on this. It's kind of subdued. The nose is surprisingly subdued on this. But holy cow, does this thing really deliver? I mean, I think this is worth $80 for sure. Oh, man. Why didn't you guys tell me about this sooner? This is fantastic. To think that I paid, at the time, $10 more for this 16-year-old, which is bottled at 40%, chill filtered, and a ton of color added to it. This is great. This is a great whiskey. I can't vouch for any of the newer, man. Really get this nice white chocolate thing going on at the end of this. Fantastic. Milk chocolate too. Dark chocolate. Coffee. I don't know about the newer batches. This is like, as Juan was saying, like Juan's been 2 for 5 on these. I could really see a situation where you just kind of like are hit and miss. Like, it just depends on the batch. You probably got to do your research. I when I was in the store, I was looking because it was like batch, I don't remember what it was, 68, 69, and 60 was sitting there. And I read that 60 was supposed to be a good one, but the other one was kind of being passed over by folks. I normally don't try to read too many reviews before I buy something, but yeah. This is really good. I'm digging it. Let me know in the chat. Do any of y'all got any recommendations on other batches of A'bunadh, or any of the newer ones like that have come out in the last year or two that might still be sitting on shelves? I'd love to get another one to do a comparison with. You know what else is really, really kind of getting me about this? This is incredible. This is dangerously sippable. I feel like you could drink a couple pours of this easily. It's slippery. It just goes down really nice. Then that little bit, it's like a little tannic on the end, just slightly drying on the end. It's making me want to just pour more. Yeah, this would be a 4 out of 5 for me for sure, if not higher. This is one of the better sherry bombs I've ever had. Oh my God. Killer. All right. Yeah, this is really impressive. All right. Let me catch up on the chat. We got 15 folks in the house. Awesome. It looks like I got rid of this blurriness thing. Again, I'm sorry about that, y'all. My camera, I bought this new camera, and for some reason it was just kind of, I don't know if it was just not quite connecting the way I needed it to, but it looks like we're in the clear now, so awesome. Let me catch back up here. I should also let folks know I've made a little change. I've been telling folks about if you're interested in supporting the show on Patreon, I'm going to drop the link in the chat. everybody that gets in on Patreon, I'm doing one of the things I'm doing for folks is I'm releasing all my reviews like 2 days early. I'm also going to do some other special content on there pretty soon. So if y'all are interested in that, feel free to join. Link is in the chat. And so far it seems like folks who are already on there are enjoying the early release videos. So that's super cool. And I totally appreciate y'all's support. All right, let me catch back up here. Cohen says Packers need to beat. Oh, yeah, man. It's number 12 versus number 12, man. Can you ask for more? It's going to be amazing. I'm looking forward to it. Batch 61. Okay. I don't know what else to talk about. Has anybody had the 18? I saw the 18 was at least at 43%. I was like, okay, maybe. Or maybe it was even 46. I don't know. But nearest thing to A'bunadh for me is the Tamdu batch strength bottles. Yeah, that makes total sense. Lost Cause, what's up in the bayou? Fan of the A'bunadh. Good to see you, man. Let's talk about the LCBO. Gotcha. Tamdu batches, like Richie said, it's great comp. Yeah. And maybe so, because those are probably a bit cheaper than the A'bunadhs these days. Like I was saying, man, it looks like the A'bunadh is actually going up a bit in price over like the last year or so. I'll tell you though, man, I kid you not. This is batch 60. I don't know if anybody's had batch 60, but man, there's an interesting kind of, as it sat in the glass with the water, there's this like kind of earthiness coming through from it now that I just didn't pick up before. I can't quite put my finger on what it is, but it's something I've never really smelled before. Boy, though. Yeah, man. A'bunadh. 2 thumbs up. I'm glad I finally tried this. Man. That is good stuff. Folks talking about Tamdu. It's good. Glendronach cast strength batch 8. Oh, yeah, that'd be fun. Man, if it's as good as this batch 60 that I'm drinking right now, I'd go 100. This is, like, if I was going to criticize this at all, and again, this is really mild, is that there is a little bit of an alcohol edge to it, but it's not, it almost borderlines on a mintiness that kind of complements everything else going on in this. Like a mint chocolate. But you can tell, I mean, like, this is obviously, it's 60.3%. I mean, and it's a non-age statement. For that to be that high ABV, probably not that old, to not have an alcohol edge to it at all would be a feat. But other than that, this has got great complexity. It's not that hot. You can drink it neat, which is dangerous, given that it's that high ABV. Man, Aberlour's sort of redeemed itself with me. After 2 really, really bad experiences with Aberlour, I can kind of safely say, in fact, I'm going to have some more of this, man. I'm not even going to lie. I can say this is, A'bunadh is where it's at. So y'all were right. We'll do a little bit more. I'm telling you, this is so sippable. Like, you could kill a quarter of a bottle of this and not even realize it. Yeah, they are. No doubt. Yeah, right. Exactly. What's up, Trim, dude? Who'd have thought, right? Kit and Carver, what's up? How are you? Good to see you. Thanks for swinging through. I'm way behind. I apologize, y'all. Let me catch up. Dram dude saying, hey, what's up, man? Daniel, go pack, go. Yeah, that's right, buddy. You know what's going on. A'bunadh is a blind spot for me. Ralphie has given various batches scores that range from 84 to 91, and at 115 at my total one, it doesn't seem worth it. See, you're right on with that, man. I mean, like, I feel very similar. Plus, again, I had 2 just really underwhelming experiences with expressions from Aberlour, and it was just like, nah, I'm just not going to do it. But yeah, this is one of those things. I think this is the type of whiskey that, like, you really should try to do some research on before you go out and buy it, and see what folks are saying about the batches that you see, because I've heard anything, and as Juan was saying earlier, like they're hit and miss. It's a lot of batch variation, it sounds like. So I'll tell you, this batch 60 is right where it's at. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to find some more of this. 115, yeah, that's probably pushing it. Because then you get into like Balvenie single cask territory. Speaking of, I should tell you guys about this now. Thanks to y'all's support on Patreon, I'm actually gonna. I got another little piece to the coming in. I'm getting 4 completely black glass Glencairns, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start a series this year doing some blind tastings. And I think the first ones I'm going to do is going to be a bunch of sherries. I'm going to do like a couple sherries around the same price range, and then maybe throw in like a cheaper one and see how they all land. I think this A'bunadh might get in it. I have a Glenfarclas 15 and a Balvenie 15 single barrel I might toss into this. That's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm going to look for that soon. I might try to do that relatively soon, maybe in the next month or so. That would be a lot of fun to I really want to start doing some more blind stuff, because really at the end of the day, so much of the experience you have with some of these whiskeys is you know what you expect and stuff like that. So to do them blind when I don't know really what's in any of them, it'll be a good time. It's hard to find cask strength sherry Scotch stateside. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I mean, sometimes you find the Farclas 105, obviously the A'bunadh. I mean, I don't even really see those Glendronach cask strength expressions too often. You're right. I mean, it's not the easiest thing. I'm trying to think of some other ones. There's probably one out there that I'm totally just not realizing. Yeah, I can't think of any offhand. I guess that says something. Anyway, so we're about halfway through happy hour, man. I hope everybody's having a good time. Solancha. Let me just set things up. So we tasted the Aberlour A'bunadh for the first time, batch 60. 2 thumbs up from me for sure. This is fantastic. First A'bunadh. I'm going to grab a random sample out of the sample box and roll with that next. Coming up at the top of the hour, don't go anywhere. We got 2 more hours of Whiskey Chat going. I'll drop the link in the chat when Telex is ready. Telex and Malcho tonight, we are doing some rum in January, some rum finished whiskeys. The first hour, we're going to be checking out Caribbean Reserve from Glenlivet. Second hour, we'll be doing the 21-year-old Glenfiddich rum cask finish. So we're going to chat about rum finishes in Scotch. Hope you guys can join us. Again, I will drop the link in the chat when Telex is ready to cue things up. And hopefully y'all can join us, man. It's going to be a fun show. Juan had batch 64. Okay. Yeah, no, definitely. That's really true. And I think water actually brought it out a bit more in here. I'm actually quite impressed. I don't think it has the depth and complexity of I was talking about Allardyce earlier. I don't think it's quite there, but, and again, you'd like to maybe see a little bit more and a little bit, try to round off that alcohol edge a bit, but I'll tell you what this does. I get 4 or 5 really strong notes out of this, which I think is pretty positive. And yeah, it's killer. What else is going on? Dram Dude said 115 slot, 75 at Total Wine out in California for A'bunadh. Yeah, this one was, I got this in Jersey and this was 80, 85, I think. But I'll be honest, when I've looked online, the prices seem to vary quite a bit. There's some shops that seem to have not caught up with the price change, but I'll tell you, I've seen them over 110, 120 even. It just seems like crazy. But yeah, I mean, I tell you, I'm not going to get a preliminary score on this A'bunadh is a 4 out of 5 for me for sure. I'll be surprised. Maybe it'll go down a tick after I spend some more time with it, or maybe even up a little bit. But I think it's right in that 3.75 to 4 range. I'm really impressed. There it is. It's like chocolate covered raisins, dark chocolate. Man, so much going on in there. I'm really surprised this is opening up nice. All right, what else is going on? Talking about Yen. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, ain't that the truth? Oh, you got a batch 65. Okay, Don Holland. Yeah, I mean, if you missed it, as I mentioned, like I had stopped into this shop over the weekend. This batch 60 was just sitting there. It was the only one amongst a whole bunch of like batch, I don't know, it was like 68s. They were like newer ones in the tubes. This was just sitting there, no tube. It was like it had been in the back and nobody had seen it for so long. So I snatched this up and I'm glad I did. This is quite good. All right, enough salivating about A'bunadh. I'm gonna go into the box here and get a mystery sample. See what we can do. Let's see what we got. There's a lot in here, man. There's probably like 50 samples in here. All right, we're gonna do Iron Root Republic Promethium Bourbon, 50.5% ABV. If I'm not mistaken, that is a Daniel sample. If you're still on, Daniel, thank you for the for this. I'm gonna get this in the glass. I don't know anything about Iron Root. Maybe you can drop some info in the chat. 50.5%. Oh wow, it smells fruity. We'll let that chill for a minute. What else is going on? Aberlour A'bunadh. That's the bourbon cask one, right? Is that solid? I felt like, I don't know, my instinct was to stay away from that. It didn't seem like it would do something for me. But that's the bourbon one, right? Maybe you can confirm that. I'm not sure. Oh yeah. Yeah, man. Glad you're still here, Daniel. I'm checking out one of your samples. Yo, yeah, you're in for it, man. That 13 Mizunara Glendalough is, that stuff's crazy, man. If for folks who weren't here last week, definitely go back and watch it because I opened a bottle of that for the first time, and boy, let me tell you, man, that is some killer stuff. One of the better, probably one of my favorite whiskeys I've had so far in the last 6 months, easily. I was really impressed with the Mizunara and impressed with this first Aberlour A'bunadh. So we're in good shape. Man, I just can't believe that batch 60 was just sitting there of this A'bunadh. Glad I grabbed it. Yeah, agreed. You're seeing about A'bunadh, okay, for 72, yeah. It's a good price. Oh, okay, the Iron Root, yeah. The Promethium is one of the original Promethium bottles that they had. Okay, what's a Promethium bottle? Is there anything I should know about that? Anyways, yeah, so we're just doing a quick sample out of the box of samples. This is Iron Root Republic Promethium Bourbon, 50.5% ABV. Sounds like it's from Texas, which makes sense because Daniel's the man when it comes to Texas whiskey. That guy has got so much good stuff. Here's the color. Boy, man, it almost looks similar to the Aberlour we were just drinking. Interesting. Very like red, a lot of red to this. Anyways, let's see what else is going on. Here doesn't have batch 60 Aberlour easy blow with the. Oh yeah. Yeah. Easily. Obviously like they're sort of different, but yeah, man, totally. The cake is fine, but Stephen Connor, what's up, buddy? Cheers to you. Hope you're having a good night. I'm sure you are. Indian God, how much was that single barrel 17 Madeira? Ooh, I'm not sure. I don't know if you're asking me that question or not. Sorry, tell me a little bit more if you can. Yeah, Alba's the bourbon, and it's so good. I was skeptical at first since Aberlour is known for sherry maturation, but damn, really? Okay. All right. That's all I need to hear. I trust your opinion on this. I'll check it out. That is exactly what I thought too. I mean, as I was saying earlier, I had 2 Aberlours in my life. Both of them were really underwhelming. And then tonight, this A'bunadh has redeemed them a bit. So I might be back in the market for some Aberlour. I'll check that out. I'll definitely check that out. What else is going on? Mike Meyer, what's up? How are you? Dude, that's candy. Oh, you're talking about the Mizunara? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Man. Yeah. The Glendalough Mizunara, man. I don't know. You got to. I have one of those Glendalough Miz bottles. I like it, but it seemed to be polarizing with my friends. Oh, because of the Mizunara oak influence is so strong. Like if you take, I found that like with water, you can kind of get behind it a little bit, but I get it, man. Right. I mean, so that probably isn't it's kind of unique and maybe not something people would enjoy, but boy, yeah, I love it. I love that flavor profile. And I know there's a 17 out there. I don't know if Gary's in the house, but Gary said that he had a bottle of it. I can't even imagine what that's got to be like. All right. Folks saying hi to good old Steven. Awesome. And I think the camera got cleared up too. Again, I apologize for that. Still working on getting a handle on that, I guess, at times. Beth Higgins. What's up, Beth? Long time no see. How are you? Happy 2021. Great to have you in the house. We got 20 folks in, which is awesome. You're seeing A'bunadh for Total Wine in Illinois for 72. Bin. I'd buy some of that if you could, as soon as you can. Great to see you though, Beth. Hope you and yours are well. We got Daniel down in East Texas doing science experiments with his Mizunara cask. Oh, India's talking about what it's better, Springbank 17 Madeira or Springbank 18 Sherry versus ex-bourbon one. Oh, man, I couldn't tell you. I've not had either of those yet, unfortunately. Peter White. Oh, Peter White was talking about. Okay, yeah. Got it. Okay, cool. All right. Let me just get this palette set up here. All right. So we're switching gears a bit. We're going back to bourbon. Again, sample provided by our good friend of the show, Daniel, down in East Texas. This is from Iron Root, and it's called the Republic Promethium Bourbon, 50.5%. I don't know much else about it. It's a Texas whiskey, a Texas bourbon, I should say, not from Balcones. So I'm excited to try something that's not a Balcones, as much as I do enjoy most of the Balcones I've had. Stephen Connor. Cheers, buddy. I think I know what you're talking about. I think. Okay. So this is interesting. It's got a little bit of that kind of mesquite dry rub barbecue thing, but it's in the background, very subtle. And it's not like that Balcones Brimstone where it's like in your face. Gingerbread, cherry, a lot of cherry. Again, some of the like regular bourbon kind of stuff you expect. There's a little bit of cinnamon, nutmeg. This is interesting. It's sweet. It's a little bit even floral. And it just has this touch of kind of a dry rub mesquite type barbecue thing going on in the back. Vanilla's coming through. I'll be honest, the nose is moving more and more direction, reminding me of wild turkey. You get that kind of cotton candy thing. The what do you call that stuff? Yeah, cotton candy is probably the best way to put it. Like I get a huge cotton candy note or like cherry soda note off of wild turkey. Definitely getting this here marshmallow. Yeah, this is interesting. It's changed in the glass actually quite a bit since I even poured it. All right, 55.5%. Oh, wow. Young. Very sweet. Quite good. Arrives really sweet. I don't know if there's let me know in the chat if anybody's ever had anything from Iron Root before. It's like a strawberry creamsicle. You ever had those like creamsicle popsicles, you know, where it's like it's like strawberry and then it's like got this like white cream flavor in it. That's what this reminds me of a bit. Really sweet. The cherry note is huge. As it develops though, it sticks around for a little bit. You get a nice spice hit, a little bit of Kentucky hug going on, or a Texas hug, whatever you want to call it. Medium on the finish. Sandalwood. A little bit of just like fresh oak. Vanilla. Yeah. This is straight. What's a bottle of this cost, Daniel? Yeah, right. It's probably relatively young. I'll tell you whatever the barrel influence on this is no joke. I'm not sure. I can't. It's definitely got a youthfulness to it, but boy, Harbinger cast strength is fantastic. Oh, cool. I haven't had that one yet. Beth knows what's up. This is the 2007 edition with 16 months non-chill filter. That's this? It's bourbon? 16 months. Wow. Different is a good way to put a lot of Texas whiskey, yeah. This is about 45 or 50. That's not bad. Boy, man. So this isn't even a straight bourbon. Huh. I'm not quite sure where it fits in, you know, like it has a bit of a uniqueness to it. It's quite enjoyable. I like the high ABV, which is probably doing its work to kind of bring out more flavor and mask the youth. But this is drinking really well. Oh, shoot. So Daniel says there's some of this Harbinger in the box. Shit. Hang on. We still got some time. I'm gonna have to hunt for it. There's so many samples in here. Let's do a little side by side. Harbinger, you said is the name of it? All right. There it is. A little impromptu. All right, so this is Iron Root Republic. This is the Harbinger Barrel Pick Green Oaxacan Corn, 62.1% barrel pick bourbon. All right. Oaxacan corn. So this is like Mexican corn in here? Well, let's give it a little day in court. It's Texas whiskey. This is the Promethium. This one is the Harbinger. Harbinger is looking a little bit on the darker side, but not by a lot. Okay, that's a completely different thing. Whoa. That's a good bourbon love affair to have. I have a bottle of 10-year-old cast strength single barrel of theirs that was before they turned the cast strength into the reserve. I had cracked it, but I haven't drank it in a while. That was one of the best bourbons I've ever had. I'm gonna have to grab that. T squared. If you're ever interested in swapping some samples on that, hit me up, man. malt.muser@gmail. I could send you a sample of that for sure if you're interested. Indy's been buying some Springbanks, it looks like. There's some rare Harbinger in that box over there. Okay. This is a super rare bottle. Hey, man, well, thank you. And I'll tell you right now, like the nose on this is, I've never smelled anything quite like this. I'm going to try and see if I can actually put words to it. It smells like, yeah, it smells like you walked into like a barn with a ton of straw in it. And there's a grainy quality to it. There's a sweet corn, like you bought sweet corn down at the market, and you just, when you rip that open, you can just, it smells super fresh. There's some of that going on in here. There's also a slight mustiness, cherries, cinnamon. This one pricks the nose a little bit more, so I got to go backwards here, but wow. Yeah, let's give it a taste. Oh. Wow. 62.1%. And it kicks like a mule for sure. Really rich and sweet. Oh, wow. Okay. I can't pick out a lot of complexity in it right now because it's so overpowering, but I can tell there's something unique going on in here. Again, it's this like grain sweet corn thing. But I don't mean it in the sense that the sweet corn is imparting like a sweet flavor. It's actually almost, it's like the smell of it is in the taste, like the smell of sweet corn, not the like flavor of it. If that makes any sense at all. You probably know what I mean. Man, it's got a really nice long finish. It's drying, but then again, like you get this nice surge of like it's vanilla, like French vanilla mocha, like a mocha, like a light sweet coffee. That cherry's still there. There's a nice drying tannicness, but it's not too bad. This is good. What's a bottle like this cost, Daniel? I'm definitely curious. Wow, the nose on this is fantastic. Really unique. Yo, after drinking these, what we're about to get into in the first hour of the Telex and Malt show, it's gonna be hard pressed for me to hide the disappointed look on my face. This is good. There's some rye in this too. I feel like there's a really nice spicy quality to this. I'd buy a bottle of this for sure. I bet it's probably like $300 or something, right? Well, I got plenty more, man. I just did a little bit, like 3-sip tasting. This is great, man. Thank you so much. 65 a bottle. Yeah, I'd do that. Yeah, same with Richie. Exactly. I'd snag this for 65. Yeah. Indeed. Ooh, nice. All right. Well, preliminaries on this. I mean, this green Oaxacan corn thing could hit the 4 range. This Promethium is probably in that kind of 3.25, like pretty average, but has a little bit of uniqueness. I quite enjoy both of them. Thank you again, Daniel, for sending these great samples over. I'm really looking forward to actually experimenting a bit more with these. And honestly, I'm gonna be looking out for some iron root, especially this Oaxacan corn. 65. This is a buy at 65. No doubt. No doubt. Great stuff. Thank you, man. So Telex is on the clock, y'all. And that means we're about to get, yeah, Richie, I hope it's not blown either, but I'm gonna have to reset this a little bit somehow. I'm not sure what to do. I'll tell you this much though. Sneak peek. The first rum finished scotch we're gonna do, it won't matter. Because I already I have a lot of thoughts on it already, and they'll be interesting to. I won't need to taste much in order to share them. Here's our good friend Telex. His channel is up. That means we're going to be heading over there in just a few minutes, 9 p.m. Eastern. Link is in the chat. What's the A'bunadh above your left shoulder? This is a hand-filled at the distillery 10-year-old Manzanilla. It's a little mini bottle. I also have here, this is the, I think this might have been the one you're talking about. This is the PX finish. It's a 14 years old. This is one of those like limited releases that they did, I think 2017. And then behind it, oh yeah, I got another one. This is the A'bunadh and Moynia Bordeaux red wine cask matured. It's a 9-year-old, 58.1%. I'm going to do a review of this one pretty soon. I've been waiting on this one for a while. This one, the PX is 54.3. So this one's also packing some punch at 14 years. Yeah, man. I love me some Buna. The fact that I've got my hands on both of these, I'm really grateful for that. This Manzanilla is no joke. The one this year, the limited release series that they put out this year is actually a Manzanilla. You can find them. They have them someplace in the States. If you're in California, I think there's a place called Uptown Spirits, I want to say, in San Diego that's selling it online right now. It's probably like $170, $180. They're not cheap. This Buna I was able to get, but it was, more than I care to spend on a whiskey. The Moynia Bordeaux is usually in that kind of, right now, if you can find it, it's in that like 250 range. Get some okay. Yeah, I got to invest in some of those. Jam juices, give me the which one? I'm assuming you're talking about the PX. Donner passed it. I got a sample of the 14 PX one. It's one of the best whiskeys I've ever had. Nice. Well, I'm looking forward to that then. I have not opened that one yet. It's actually a relatively new pickup of mine. I was fortunate enough to run into it, so. Oh, you forgot there's some Glenlivet in it too. I'm excited about the 21-year-old Glenfiddich. That's going to be fun. Is the Glendronach 21 unopened? Yes. The Allardyce behind it is opened, and I have a couple 2019 releases of the Allardyce, which are the ones that are supposedly 24 years old. Telex and I are actually going to do a side-by-side between a 21-year-old Allardyce and a 24-year-old and, share our thoughts on it. The Parliament is also pretty new. I haven't opened that yet. Surprised. I thought this was at 46. It's at 48%, which is awesome. I'm going to be doing a review of that soon this year too, man. It's going to be awesome. Of course you did. Why would I wouldn't be surprised to hear that at all. That's the most unsurprising thing I've heard all day, Daniel. All right, y'all. We're about ready for Telex, the Whiskey Tech, and the Malt Show to begin. Thank you guys again for hanging out. I dropped a link in the chat. Do feel free to head on over, get things moving, and we're going to jump in and be talking about some Glenlivet and some Glenfiddich rum finished whiskey. So appreciate the support. If you haven't yet, take a sec, hit the thumbs up. It does a lot to support the channel. And if you haven't yet, also feel free to take a second and subscribe. We'll see you guys in just a couple minutes over at Telex's channel. Link is in the chat. Much love, everybody. Cilantro.